How's it going, guys? I'm the Noob Tube. Welcome to our very first episode of this special. We are starting to do called Tap Out Tuesday. Joining me, as always, is the man who knows very much as much, that is very much as much, as much as very much, the Neolander.
How's it going, everybody?
So normally we do this where we actually do a whole hour-long episode, but this is actually a special episode where we go more in depth and more detailed and get right into the nitty-gritty shitty kitty. We're not doing any screwing around. We're gonna sit here and hammer out topics. Feel free below to hand out your opinions, hand out your threats, and hand out your phone number to Neil Lander because he's okay with taking them. Thank you very much. So, we're going to throw out some topics and we're just going to go right head first into it, no matter what the topic is across these promotions. Neil Lander, what's on the table?
All right, so I have a list here. It's in no particular order, and it may or may not have anything to do with the news of this past week as of recording.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to go with the first topic here, and that is something that we did not discuss on our show, and that is
On
Jungle
Thursday.
Boy. Yes,
Jungle Boy,
Thursday.
where are we starting with this one? What are we going on?
So we had his badass promo the other night. It seemed like he
Finally.
finally has arrived on the mic, and I mean he's taken a lot from Christian with it there.
Dude, if you were in that room that night and you did not fall in love with him, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, it was gosh, I don't know about you, but like as soon as he came out and had a mic, I thought, oh great, we're gonna sit through a really boring ass promo. And
I
I'm
didn't
so glad I was wrong.
I didn't think it was gonna be a long, boring ass promo. I thought it was gonna be a little bit of bitching first, and then the pipe bomb. But he just went
Yeah,
full head first in, so that's good to see on him. No,
and
it's
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's interesting to see where they're gonna go with this story
Do
here.
you do you think it's about time you put a belt on him?
I think so. I think I think it'd
But
be
but which?
gosh.
Because yes, he's done the
I
tag.
don't
He's
want
done
to
the
say
tags already.
yeah, I don't want to say the All Atlantic, but then I don't want to see him going up against Wardlow for the TNT
No,
title.
but
So
regardless of like who the champ is, what belt?
yeah,
I'd say TBS or TBT TNT TNT TNT.
TNT.
Yeah, TNT.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
would be a
Okay.
good one. That would be a good
Regardless,
one.
TNT for sure, because that's where the other pillars or half of the other pillars have went and held.
And done well with it.
Yeah.
But the question is, do you put him on the card for All Out against Christian? And if you do you go
Ooh.
full tilt and put him in like a last man standing? You can't do a simple match.
No, I think it's gonna work. I think they're going to build it, and the fact that they have 6 weeks makes me excited to see like what Christian's going to do, how far he's going to go, what Jungle Boy is going to do,
Where
and
Luchasaurus is going to be in between
what
this.
Luchasaurus is going to do in all this here.
Mm-hmm. I'd say, I'd say if I had to book it, Cage, uh, Cage, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus banned from ringside, and it's a straight up just street brawl, just a brawl.
Yeah. All right. Well, we
That's
spent 2 minutes on it there.
it's all good.
so that was the first topic. The second one that I have down is Killer Cross.
Ugh. Are you talking about Killer Cross because of Scarlet Bordeaux or because of Killer Cross?
Yes. No, so I kind of brought him up because he's actually going to be on that, or sorry, as of release here, he was on the Ric Flair's last match card. And
Mm-hmm.
do you know who his opponent was? Slash
I
is?
remember seeing the post, but I don't remember seeing the opponent.
It was Harry Smith. So I believe that's the British Bulldog's son, if
Okay,
I'm
that's
not
gonna be
mistaken.
something then.
So like it's definitely it was one of the Haas matches on the card. But like, all right, so Killer Cross hasn't signed anywhere.
Mm-mm.
Do you think he's a talent that will go back to WWE now that
Mm,
Triple H is there and
he
head of creative?
there's two places he would fit if I had to pick: back with Hunter or Impact. Those two places.
Ooh. And he already said that he's not going back to Impact.
So then,
So like I really do hope we see him in a Triple H
in a properly used fashion,
in the properly used fashion.
because that's so stupid. Like he's a good talent, and then
He's pretty, yeah, I mean, like of everybody, of all the call-ups from NXT, he was arguably the most McMahon wrestler that
oh,
McMahon would look for.
he was, and then they just went and buried him on an episode of Raw in a dark match essentially.
Yeah, gosh,
That was so
against
bad.
who was it? Jeff Hardy of
Yeah,
all people.
but when he came out,
I mean,
everyone's like, "Why is he here?"
yeah, he didn't come out with with Scarlett. He came out with his championship, and it wasn't even his own entrance that what everybody's used to.
Yeah, because that's what they do with all the NXT call-ups. They change them as they come up, and it sucks. So what do you do?
It's lame.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Um, all right, I'm gonna hop ahead to the next one, and that is Tommaso Ciampa.
Woo!
So I bring this up because I don't know if you saw it, but he actually got to cut a pretty good promo this last week.
I've heard stuff,
Um,
but I didn't see it.
oh, you got to check it out. It's he's hanging out with the Miz, and he cut
Saw
a
that.
promo on Logan Paul.
Yeah, because Logan Paul
So
can't talk shit properly. Duh, 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 duh.
oh, that, yeah, there was a little bit more to it, but like, gosh, on the main roster, that's like easily Champa's best promo. I don't
If
know if he's ever given any other promo on the main roster.
basically the way I can see it is this, and we'll use the Miz for example. He can talk, he can
Yeah.
fight, and he can piss off the crowd.
Oh yeah, he's the total package in that regard there, and
Oh, and
the
he's got
perfect.
Maurice, and he's got
He's
Maurice.
got Maurice, yeah, and yeah, he can totally work over the crowd. I guess he's supposed to be the one to make the crowd like Logan Paul,
Yeah,
because he's such a good heel that it's supposed to make his opponent seem like such a good baby face,
you can't do that with Paul though. He can't talk. If he can talk, then what the hell are we doing? Like,
right?
I'm sorry, but like, what's the difference from podcasting with his show to being in a ring? The fact that the
Right?
ring is promo is scripted. So I don't know. I don't get it. Basically, what I'm getting at. But
Yeah. And then, all right, so now before we get into a worm or a rabbit hole here, not a wormhole,
oh Jesus,
the next one is AEW's Canada debut.
woo!
So they dropped that among everything
They
in last week's Dynamite there.
they remembered we exist up here.
Yeah, and they're doing two shows.
Plus,
They're doing a Dynamite and Rampage in Toronto.
Tony's gonna come through and pick us up. I heard.
Yeah, yeah. It's as much as I'd love to go to that, and like as soon as it dropped, and when I messaged you about it, I went and looked up everything, and it was just good lord.
It's for a
The
fact it's not gonna be a house show either.
No, no, which is a good thing, but I mean, gosh, traveling all the way across the country because it's not in our neck of the woods.
Mm-mm.
I like you mentioned, I'm gonna wait until they come to closer to the West Coast.
Because that is gonna be some kind of show.
Yeah,
Uh, no, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that program because they got a lot of us under on the card. Uh,
yeah,
they've got
uh,
Dark or Evil Uno with Dark Order. They've got All
yeah,
Ego Ethan Page. They've got Jericho, of
Jericho,
course. Um,
Christian,
Christian. Uh, Jericho's butt buddies. Those two of those guys. Um,
um, Kyle O'Reilly.
oh, he's East Coast, or West Coast, but same shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be like a hometown thing for him as it will be for like somebody like um All Ego or even Christian.
Yeah, I
Um,
I don't know, But like,
All right.
it's gonna be interesting.
So moving on from that one, what about Motor City Machine Guns?
What about them?
So they were also on the Ric Flair's last match card, and they had a match against another set of Impact tag team um, legends. Maybe not to the degree that Motor City Machine Guns were, but
Oh,
in American Wolves.
oh, wrong team I was thinking of. Never mind.
Yeah. So like I said, that card, the Ric Flair's last match card looked actually pretty stacked. It's just I wouldn't have said that the price for it would justify it.
Honestly, what they should have done is not called it the Ric Flair's last match pay per view. They should have called it something like Ric Flair's celebration, or
Something
like
like that. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I
But
don't know.
like apparently this is like the first time a televised match had taken place between these two teams.
Hmm.
And I believe the last time they had a match, it was actually on a house show, which
Like,
seems odd because you have like probably the one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Impact tag team champions of all time in the Motor City Machine Guns,
mm-hmm.
taking on, probably one of the best in the last 10 years for Impact and American Wolves.
But something's gonna go down. It won't go lightly,
No.
especially when you're on a card next to Ric Flair.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Moving on, I'm going to go to a different type of tag team here in Thunderstorm.
oh boy, Thunderstorm. What about him?
So, like, I brought them up because Thunder Rosa had that really great match this
Yeah,
past or last week on Dynamite.
with Yamashita.
Um, with who?
Is her name Yamashita?
I think that's her name there. Yeah, and I bring up Thunderstorm because I mean we didn't really see or hear anything from Tony Storm, but what are your thoughts on them as a tag team?
They're very over. I mean, okay. If you look at all the people that Tony has hired from everywhere, doesn't matter
Yeah,
who. There's only certain women or men who have gotten over really well with the crowd. Punk gotten over. Jericho's gotten over. Uh, list goes on and on. Women wise, Tony Storm has gotten over. Soho hasn't. Who else? But you get the point. So it's
yeah.
interesting. Now you have to wonder: is it going to be an imminent heel turn in that regard? I hope not, because they're doing really well as a tag team. Like last time we had a tag team like those two, it was Thunder Rosa and Ty Conti. That was popular.
Well, was it as popular as the Nightmare Sisters?
Mm, more cake.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Maybe not. Yeah, more cake. That's for sure. All right. Going to a different type of cake. We have Rhea Ripley as our next topic.
Oh my god. You know what still makes me kind of giggle
What's that?
is the fact that Rhea Ripley's our height.
Yeah, and she like towers over like 99% of the women's roster
Oh,
there
speaking of that, did you see the picture that was floating around of her, of Ripley?
with Mysterio's daughter.
Not that one. No, no, no. Farther back. I'm glad she went brunette though. Whew.
Ooh, yeah,
No,
but
I was referring to the picture of Ripley and Vega, and
no, I can't
it's
say
like
that I did.
it's like Zelina Vega, and she's in like her crown uh queen outfit, and then beside her is Ripley, just
Oh.
looking like a bitch, being like a boss. Just I'm gonna break you in half and drink your fluids, kind
No,
of.
I haven't seen that one. I've seen the one where everybody was talking about where Buddy Matthews said, "Oh, they can fight over me in a ladder match." It was his old on-screen girlfriend in Mysterio's daughter. Her name escapes me
Oh,
at the moment. And
Leah.
then Rhea Ripley, Buddy Matthews' current girlfriend. Funny how these things happen.
It's funny. It's funny how, like, if you look at Buddy and you look at Rhea, he's doing way better than she is. Honest
Oh,
to God.
I thought you were gonna say like you wouldn't have thought that he would have been with somebody like Rhea. I mean,
I'm still trying to figure
dude,
out. I'm still trying to figure out what look of Rhea's I like the best.
because I almost feel like in Blackpool Combat or not Blackpool House of Black that Julia is more closer to the dark side than Buddy.
Yeah, but maybe that's the point because he's ginger, and they're like, no, we're gonna leave him with
Oh
soulless.
yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, dude just stands out from it. He's in like one
No,
of the
but
most badass groups in all of wrestling. He has like the most like goth pro
no,
wrestling in the business that isn't Abaddon.
no. But what I
And
was
he
gonna say
just
is
looks,
like, isn't that the point though? He's so out of place, he fits.
I guess that works.
Like that's what I see. Because like, look at Brody King. He could do backflips and shit.
Yeah.
Malachi Black, he does insane kicks and flips. And then Buddy Matthews, he's the same way. He's like the small one that went as the group, but he fights
Yeah.
like he's their height, size. So it's not such a bad thing to have him like that. It is a group. It is a good group, to be
Yeah.
completely honest.
All right. So this other topic here is kind of more like news of
Sensitive.
what happened last week.
It's sensitive.
Um, um, I didn't even know they had these, but WWE had SummerSlam tryouts. And did you hear about
Tryouts.
who went to their tryouts recently?
Who?
One Dwight Howard went to one of their tryouts, said that that he hopes to be part of the WWE roster one day.
Dwight Howard. Why does it sound familiar?
NBA star Dwight Howard.
Oh,
It's been a while since they've had a NBA star that wasn't Shaq involved in pro wrestling.
speaking of Shaq, I still can't believe Shaq and DJ. You,
Man, is
you,
there
you,
anything that Shaq can't do?
I was gonna say be a dad, but he's like 10 times that.
Dude's like, I mean, all right. It's been a while since we've seen him in pro wrestling. He should come back. It's been almost 2 years.
Yo, that would be. I saw one of his DJ sets. That man, you know how people like us, like our size, we say, we're going hard. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's amateur. That's like his low speed.
Holy cow.
I watched. He did a show somewhere in Europe, maybe, or in America. I don't know. And like,
Yeah.
oh my god, you tell everyone to jump. He don't tell him to jump. Might destroy the booth. But no, he should be come back. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. But like
Yeah.
Satnam Singh, no thank you. That just seems kind of dumb.
No, yeah, no. The
He's more of a
sooner
muscle.
ROH gets a show, the sooner we won't really have to see like, you know, Sanjay Dutt, Jay
No,
Lethal,
I
and
don't mind. I don't
Satnam
mind.
Singh.
I don't mind that faction, but Satnam Singh just seems so green.
It's so, yeah, it might have been because of like the way that he was just introduced. He was just like, well, here's a big guy. Are we supposed to know who he is?
Yeah, no, and Sanjay Dutt, he's been with Impact since back in the day, and he was a
Oh, yeah.
manager. So it's cool to see they brought him back, and then of course Jay Lethal is like the face of ROH. So it's cool.
Yeah, he's still yeah. Yeah, I agree. But all right, moving on to the next one. Johnny Gargano.
Oh,
So I bring
well,
him up because that's another name that I think, may go back to a Triple H led WWE.
do you
What do you
blame him?
think?
Do you blame him?
No, like dude hasn't signed anywhere
I don't. I
since
don't
he
think.
got let go.
I don't think he's saying on purpose because he wants to build up the hype and take care of his daughter,
So
daughter,
do
right?
you think Triple H will actually give him a will offer him a decent contract.
I think Triple H will offer him the same contract back and add some incentive to it. I think.
I
Like
I
let's
hope so.
let's say okay, this is obvious bullshit. Let's say his contract was $5,000. Okay, just for example,
Yeah.
Triple H would be like, here's 5K, and to show you I'm serious, I'll make it 75 as your pay, but for signing with me coming back, I'll give you 10. Like that
Hmm.
idea, like
Yeah.
like a signing bonus, we'll call it, or a re-signing bonus, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a
Like
bad idea.
I mean, that's a guy that everybody thought would have like I personally also thought he would have, flourished in a promotion like All Elite Wrestling, but
Yeah.
I guess he's just taking a break, maybe,
Well, I told you,
or
maybe
ought to.
he's taking care of the kid with the Candace,
Yeah,
so that's that's totally fine. Like it makes sense. But
yeah.
like I said, yeah, if he does come back straight to WWE, it's gonna be with Hunter, and Hunter's gonna like treat him properly. Hell, maybe we'll have a DIY reunion.
Ooh,
I know.
that'd be good,
I remember the
actually.
last matches before they broke up. Whew.
Man, I'd love to actually see them go up against FTR again.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right, so
Give them
the
60
next one I'm
minutes.
moving on to here is Madcap Moss.
Ha!
So I bring him up because that's another, in the list of future stars WWE, the WWE brass was high on. You had Theory, and then you had Madcap Moss, and then what's his face, Braun Braun Breaker,
Yeah.
I guess would be
Braun
number
Breaker.
3.
Braun Breaker. Anyways, no. If they're smart, and I was watching a video about this, they need to give him some kind of presence. He has no presence. He literally has
I
zero.
think I think Triple H can maybe do something good with him,
Even
present him big.
even if they like just push him as like a tough dude, not as an
Yeah,
asshole, but like a tough dude.
yeah,
And to be honest, when it comes to the entrance, how they have it right now on WWE, the entrance being so freaking big kind of kills the pump of the superstar
yeah,
coming through the curtain. So if they change the entrance, so where it's like how Raw used to be, for example, or like SmackDown's old entrance, where it was like this little space is for the entrance of the wrestler, then it would get more hype because then it'd be like, okay, they're right there, we know where to look. With the Titantron right now, you go.
yeah,
So that's just my take on that one. And if they had the smaller entrance and brought Madcap Moss through it,
yeah.
he could step through it, pyro, and then some sick entrance theme.
Oh,
That's
that could work.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I mean,
saying.
well, like
Why
that
are
could be
you
what
fired?
that could be one of the implements that Triple H does now that he's head of creative is actually work on this creativity of the set design.
So maybe that's why they're not giving us a proper entrance yet, is because SummerSlam's getting a special entrance.
Yeah.
I
All
still
right. So
I still say this. Hold on. I still say the one entrance that was the one of the best ones was the old WCW ECW, or no, the Invasion angle. Uh, was it Survivor Series or whatever pay per view it was, Invasion? They had the
yeah,
two sides, and then the ramp went forward and then straight down. That was cool.
that
That
was actually
would
yeah,
be cool
that
to bring
was
back.
legit.
It was.
All right. So I'm gonna end with the last two topics kind of being similar, but it's gonna be um faction themed.
Okay, let's go. What are we
So
getting
we're
at?
going with the dominant faction in WWE. And if you don't know who that is the Bloodline.
Okay, go on.
Oh yeah, just your general thoughts on the Bloodline.
Um,
Like,
they need to be
so
given an overhaul.
I think that I think the fact that they have somebody like Sami Zayn as a honorary member is downright hilarious and great with that. But like they've held the belts for so long. now. They can drop him. They can drop him before the fiscal year is up, and I really hope they do.
There's a lot they need to do in regards to that whole thing. But they want honestly, what would be smart is they have another faction come out of nowhere and destroy all three of them. Like brutally destroy them. I'm talking like, you know, Raw has to go black
Sheamus
and
and the
white.
lads.
No, God, no.
Can
Those
you
get
imagine
that's the worst one to go with.
Butch and Ridge Holland as tag team
No,
champions?
even if not take the tag belts off them, just destroy them. Hell, get an NXT faction to come up, like Shield did. Destroy the three of them, completely obliterate
Can
them.
you imagine Braun Breaker in a faction with somebody like Von Wagner and some other dude
What
from
are
NXT?
who are those tag champs right now from NXT? The something brothers.
Oh, the Creed
Yeah,
brothers.
those three. Put
Yeah.
them together. Don't call them anything other than their actual names, and just you know send them up one night on a show and tell Roman like, listen, some shit's gonna go down on the program tonight. Sell it, and have the three of them just destroy. Like, do you remember the old days when like Raw was going off air and you'd hear Jr. "We're sorry, we can't stick with the program. We'll see you guys next week on Monday night," and have like one of
I mean,
those
kind of like
outros.
how AEW does that every now and then,
Yeah, like have
ending with like a brawl.
like the Usos are just laid out. Reigns is put through a table. A chair is around his ankle. You know, both Usos have a candlestick around their neck against the wall. Busted faces. Titles are hanging from the ring. Like, there's so much they could do, but they won't do any of it,
Nah.
which just pisses
All
me
right.
off.
So we've gone from one dominant group in one promotion to another dominant group in another promotion, and that is the Blackpool Combat Club.
All right, what are we
Because
getting at?
this, well, I mean, they're a different type of dominant. Like they're not, like strangle holding the whole promotion by holding all the belts like a certain other group is in another promotion.
Yep.
But I mean, you have two world champs on the team. You have the pure champion there. Um, I, I almost feel like they can totally add like
The trios.
a couple other members
Oh,
for like
members.
tag teams.
Okay, but who are you asking? Who I'd put? Is that what you're asking? Or
Oh no, I'm just thinking like, what is your general thoughts and feelings on them right now?
they've got steam. They're doing well. I wouldn't do anything more drastic with them. Like I wouldn't put belts on them after Claudio got his belt. Call it that's right there. That's it. Done.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't I would let them have their matches here and there, let Claudio do his thing as the dare I say it, the face of ROH for now. Nothing
yeah,
more. Nothing more. And then as soon as like 2023 comes in, then decide on certain things, newer things. But no, I wouldn't go anything more. Maybe add a woman or maybe add another guy. I don't know.
yeah. I think they would have like. Then the question really becomes like, I know that we've mentioned and some fans have mentioned somebody like Jamie Hayter would be
Oh,
perfect
I
for the
mean,
group.
sorry.
But like, who the heck else would even be considered for it? Like,
I don't think anybody else. I can't think of anybody else to be honest.
like I would say the closest, and I'm just saying it's the closest, would be Serena Deeb
No,
because I think that because the Blackpool Combat Club, at least for the most part, kind of goes for like technical brutality.
I
Isn't
think
that Deeb's like calling card?
yeah, but I think Hater would be a better acquisition because she's very over with the fans, and she knows how to throw down on her own. Whereas Deeb, I'm sorry, but I've fallen asleep during some of her stuff, so I don't know. Ooh, actually running out of time.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, that actually flew by pretty fast.
Yeah. All right. To everyone watching on YouTube, we do our streams. This is going to become a thing. I'm not sure what time we're airing this on a regular basis, but we'll be doing a podcast over on my channel, twitch.tv/noobtube, and it'll be airing every Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern, along with this gentleman with me as well. And we'll be doing this little episode of a show called Tap Out Tuesday every Tuesday, pre-recorded, and you guys can hang out and hopefully get some things out of this, share some opinions, and extend your poop. Or, whatever else you want to do. So, on behalf of myself, this man beside me, and everyone here at the office, we'll hopefully see you guys in the next episode of Tap Out Tuesday, and hopefully on our podcast on Thursday. Take care. I'll see you then.